Hi, this is Ravi Narayan, mentor at MentorSquare. When you look at an opportunity, it looks like it's going to be something phenomenal. But on a closer look, you may find out or you may decide that indeed it is not for you. Or you may find out that it is quite an interesting opportunity, more interesting than you ever thought before. Or the reality lies somewhere in between. It is a great opportunity, it is for you, but there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. That is what we're going to discuss in this audiovisual today. First of all, looking at the opportunity, assess what's your motivation. How are you fired up about taking this thing on? Motivation provides the why of getting into business. It determines the endurance and fortitude one needs in difficult times. The motivation could be based on my current job is a deadbeat job, no growth opportunities, too much politics, so on and so forth. Sometimes you just want to take a chance, just like so many other people have and been successful. Other times it is because you see that you really are not able to express your full potential in whatever you're doing, and you feel that a unconstrained, more open opportunity for you will give you that chance. Motivation almost always is the DNA of an entrepreneurial journey. Hunger, energy, staying power, never say die spirit, humility to learn constantly, the ability to get people on your side. All these are the reasons why you would take a plunge and go after an opportunity. Obviously, the opportunity provides you the context to make this happen. So, what is exciting about the opportunity? Sometimes it is because you have worked in this space before. You know exactly how this is working out, and the large companies are finding it very difficult to address some emerging opportunities which you feel, having been in the industry for long enough, you can actually take on and make a wonderful enterprise out of it. You also know the people that are involved in this so that you can bring in your advisors, your customers, your vendors, and investors, maybe, at least in the early days. And this is very exciting for you because you can clearly see how once you take it on, it actually ends up in a great way to make things happen. So not only are you having a great time doing what you're doing with the people that you know, but you're also doing something that's going to yield you some incredible economic upsides. So take a look at the competencies that you bring to the table, the competencies that give you some undue advantage over competition. Well, you have a visceral understanding of the space. You are at a position where you have so much depth of knowledge that you can actually go out and create intellectual property or a patent of some kind, copyright of some kind. It could also be that you know the potential customers already and you can go not only validate ideas from them but also get the early orders from them. You're able to understand the solution landscape, and even better, you understand the competitive landscape. So you know exactly how to position the company so that it is bound to be successful. Creating and articulating a strong solution sometimes comes only from people who have been there long enough to sound not only credible to oneself and the team, but also to the external world. And if you already know what you're doing, obviously you will do it very, very fast. So, this has been the reason in the Bay Area there have been entrepreneurs coming out of large companies like Cisco, where they have seen clearly that there are white spaces that they can go out of Cisco and work on. And once they have accomplished quite a bit of traction in the market, the products are mature, they have found that they can actually sell this of all the companies to Cisco itself. So this is a wonderful way of not only using your knowledge, your ecosystem, but also staying within the family and creating economic value for the shareholders, for the founders, for the employees, and all the other stakeholders. So the next thing that you want to look at is what are the skills that you do not have to make this thing work. Obviously, it's a good thing to take a note of because you want to be sure either you complement this by bringing in other people that have the complementary skills, or make a conscious decision that at the time that you have enough resources, as in financial resources and other capabilities, you will actually bring in professionals to run those pieces that you don't bring to the table yourself. So first of all, there are times when you don't have sales or BD experience. You've always been very good at technology, you've been good at understanding the industry, but you've never sold in your life. Sometimes you just don't understand everything because being in a large company that you have been watching this space, you only understood some elements of it, not all of them. Sometimes having been in the industry could also be an impediment for great progress because you may bring certain idiosyncrasies, certain understanding that only an incumbent brings in, and maybe you don't bring in any creative or fresh thinking into this, which is what is required for a startup. And then, last but not the least, you may never have been an entrepreneur before. And it's important to note that because not only are you going to do multiple things that you have never done before, you also have to look at things in a very different way and ride out various ups and downs to make this thing work. It's also important for you to understand what kind of a business is going to emerge out of this opportunity. Is it a technology play? Is it a marketing play? Is it an execution play? Very, very seldom are companies technology play. More often than not, marketing or execution play, which means that if you feel you are extremely good in technology, you will try and solve all your problems through technology. And that may not be the way to solve it because indeed, this is not about coming up with better and better technology. It may be about moving fast, executing well, or reaching out fast enough to customers, partners, and really creating the traction that is going to give you the market share that you deserve for a solution so unique. Finally, it's also important that what you may have been enamored by as an opportunity may indeed be a short-lived one. Windows of the opportunity may be actually closing, and therefore it's important to understand, just like I have mentioned in the other audiovisuals, that business market dynamics have a tendency of going up and down, positive and negative. Regulatory dynamics have a way of actually closing windows very, very quickly without any notice. And therefore, it's important to actually assess your risks that are associated with the opportunity and know fully well that either you have to overcome them or find a way to give up the opportunity if some of these risks cannot be mitigated. So in summary, it's important to assess what are the strengths that you bring to the table, what are the weaknesses that you and your team have which need to be kept in mind and potentially mitigated at some point in the enterprise. Of course, you also need to keep in mind what are the threats to the opportunities and what is it that will make the opportunities even better so that as you take the plunge into the opportunity and make it into a business, you are well aware of what you need to have, what you need to be prepared for, and what you need to do well. Thank you.